how would you go about getting, some of these stores signed up when they have so many different products, they have so many different things, they have so many different systems, you're dealing with inventory, some of it's not seamless, and that is a big question. It is actually, I think that's probably the best question they should be asking, and to that I say is, we are developing, different integrations with various different EPOS systems, so that it will have a seamless experience. But where we can't, usually the fluctuations in pricing are very low. So I don't know if you know this, but various different grocery stores, their prices change all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you go into it one day, your milk might be £1, and the next day it might be £1.20. Obviously there are regulations in place that government will not let your milk be above this price because it's a staple. But for the majority of things, they tend to be around the set price. So what we told them is, if you add a little bit of an extra margin to cover it, if we don't have a seamless integration, it should cover your expenses. And there is a lot of demand for this.
Okay.
One of the main issues with a lot of startups is they try and focus on price and trying to cut their corners by saying, we're going to offer a really cheap product. But if you put a cheap product out there, you're not getting customers based on their wants, you're getting them based on the price.
Yeah.
And their needs.
And when you're a startup, generally you can't really compete on the price.
You cannot compete on the price. It's impossible. And competing on price is one of the biggest mistakes from the experience I have, from my family have, and a lot of business owners that I've been talking to, is competing on price is not something you want to be doing. You want to be trying to get your product out there, trying to innovate, create new things. There is that concern. It's like, oh, okay, this is a teenager. I'm giving him access to my entire shop and possibly even my balance sheets, and you're giving him access to a lot of information that would otherwise be confidential and not open to the public. And you know what? They're absolutely right. Giving it stuff to a teenager is not probably the best thing to do. Yeah, so they do have a lot of concerns in that. But generally, when I go to them and I visit them and I explain the idea thoroughly and I show them the business plan and I explain to them, I give them rationale behind it, they tend to be very on board and actually very eager. I'm really surprised of how eager they are. I'm getting calls all the time where people are like, hey, Hiva, I need to sign up right now. Like, what's the process like? Oh, I'm like,
amazing.
My schedule's full up. Like, even after this, I've got to go 10 different other places. And
and it's Saturday.
Yeah, and it's Saturday even. Like, shops are trying to get me on a Saturday and a Sunday. So it's really interesting that, I would have otherwise expected it to be opposite, exactly how you were saying, people not trusting it, but because they really don't have anything to lose apart from the legalities inside and that kind of thing, they really are quite open-minded to it, because they saw how delivery affected the restaurant industry and they don't want to miss out on something like this. They are very appreciative of that, of the fact they're trying to digitize their business. A lot of them are seeing positive benefits already, because I've got their products all in a format they can look at. They're also able to negotiate better rates with their suppliers and things, and that is something maybe we're looking to in the future with data analytics and things. The thing and advice I probably have for a lot of startups and people out there who are like, oh, competitors entering my space, is be more innovative. These companies are bureaucracies. They have loads of management, they have loads of hierarchies. When it comes to making a decision, it takes an awful long time. Like Uber, from making one decision to another, probably takes 6 months. So it's you got to think about it from that perspective. You're light on your feet. You can adapt. You can move around, and that's not something a big company can do.